Hello, employees! Welcome to the Delivery League Championship May 2020. I'm your host, Pierre Nix, aka PK. With me is the creator himself, Talk Gibberish. Gibberish, what do we have this morning?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I am super excited. We have a excellent matchup starting right off the bat with Intuition versus aradarbel. Two classic runners, been around since beta, the both of them. In fact, Intuition and aradarbel are neck and neck in the speedrunning tournament going on right now in the Discord. So we expect both of them to put on quite a show for our very first round.
Yeah, these folks are both shoe collectors. Intuition, 800 and something, I believe. 878, and Arad with 178. He's been firing away lately, collecting more and more. If you've ever seen either of their videos, absolutely stunning performances navigating through levels in manners that you wouldn't believe are possible.
Yeah, and you can see both of them. They have their own YouTube channels where you can find them putting their awesome skills to the test and some very high technical movements. aradarbel is also well known for his crazy contraptions he built, where he built LevelHead inside of LevelHead.
And Intuition's been no slouch on the level creation department. He hasn't made a lot, but the few he's put out have been super high quality. One of my favorites is his Fiery Struggle, and I've probably put quite a few hours into that rough Waylay tutorial where he shows off some of the more intricate tech of the Waylay power-up.
Yeah. Yes, they do both like taking the elements of the level creator to their maximum capabilities.
I should also mention that both Intuition and Arad have been huge contributors to the tech list. They both seem to understand the underlying mechanics of the game and provided many videos and instructions on how to do a lot of these things. I'm sure both these guys have put in some time trying to discover new and weird little bits.
So if you don't know how the rules are going, they both have two lists of 10 levels that they get to play. They have 15 minutes to clear as many levels as they can, and they are welcome to skip if they find a level that they find too difficult or confusing more often than not. But you can't go back if you choose to skip. So it's a little bit of you don't want to skip too much, otherwise you might leave yourself high and dry without anything to run. It will be a best of 3 sets, and if you lose your set of 3, you're out, and the winner goes on to the next competition.
And in the event that we have a tie within a single set, we will have a quick bonus one there.
Which has happened before. So I think that's all the delay we really need to get in. I think we got all our information out there, and I think our people have been waiting long enough to see this happen.
Yeah, so one moment, we'll get this started. Just doing a quick check on a piece here.
These levels are randomly chosen. As you can see, they're mostly 3 diamond from a random playlist. So it is possible that you'll get a level that you have seen before, as you may have already noticed that Intuition coming in with the lead as already having the record on one of the levels. So there's a few different techniques people want to know about this. Is knowing when to skip, when to pass on, and just cut your losses. But also, a important step is to right when you load up a level, look at what the current record is, as this is uh, a good clue as to what you have ahead of you. Sometimes you load up a level and it is going to be a 5 minute for a good time, and so your first time's probably going to be closer to 20. Probably best not to do that level.
All right, just getting organized with our runners here. Should be firing the start gun a couple moments. Yeah, I think we're going to see some interesting strategies with skipping. I know Arad was talking about he skipped quite extensively in some of his practice runs.
Yes, they have been streaming and playing their own practice runs, so it's been interesting to see how seriously they are taking this.
And I think Intuition has admitted he gets a bit stubborn in trying to finish a level. He's quite talented, and he has mentioned he doesn't know when to skip occasionally.
Sometimes you're a couple minutes in and you can see the end, but it's just out of reach.
Yeah, that's always got to be frustrating when you can see the how, but not sure what difficulty it is going to be to finish that up. Especially on like something like an OSU level where the outline doesn't seem that difficult on paper, but trying to do it consistently, where you have 20, 30 obstacles in the way.
Of course, sometimes you see the time at the top of the level, and that could be accurate, but also there could be hidden cheese somewhere in the level, and it actually takes much longer than that.
Of course. Nothing like a surprise extension to a level. Now, I think one interesting one that comes up are puzzle levels. If you can see the solution, they can be very fast, but if you don't know what the answer is, um, those ones can easily take up 5, 10 minutes.
That is true. It's also worth noting that we are taking this through streaming other people, so there might be some latency on one end or another.
Yeah, we'll try and keep it as accurate as possible, but yes, there will be some latency. Okay, it looks like our runners are ready. I believe they've already done the level check to make sure that we have the same stuff there. Always important. Don't want them running on different levels.
And our referee, who is Josh DP, who has done a lot of organization in this entire thing, is telling us that they are both ready.
So, employees, are you ready to see some speed? All right, referee's doing the countdown. Just a moment here.
With a
3, 2,
2, 1.
speed, speed, speed.
Intuition is first to start collecting gems. He's apparently okay with a 3-minute time and turning off speedrunner mode. That's probably good.
Yeah, you'll want those checkpoints for those tough spots. Arid may be on delay here, but there we go. Now he's in. So it's the Mystery Mountaintop by Rachel Yuwu. I don't know if I pronounced that right at all.
It is curious that they both chose to stick with this one.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Sorry, go ahead.
There's a Sayusto time of 3 minutes, and Sayusto is no slouch.
Oh, there we go. I think Intuition looked up and saw the writing on the wall for that one.
and so did aradarbel. So that is 2 skips.
That's good.
Bringing us to GR18 Rise Up by Sleepy, another popular name you've probably seen around and very active in the Discord. Both grab a checkpoint and make their way up a tower of wind and rotating platforms. aradarbel just misses a jump. He is feeling sad about that as Intuition makes his way to the package. Finally gets the checkpoint and gets 1 clear on Intuition's side.
Get that 1 point.
I think aradarbel is not far behind. Brings us to Speed Rage by CJ5 Boss. Oh, apparently it's a beat 'em up level.
If I recall, this level actually gets fairly technical near the bottom, or at least fairly difficult to navigate through some of those hazards.
And Arard makes the same mistake where he runs to the end without checking.
No, I just missed that. Did Arad get that point?
Yes, he did.
Let's get that there. So yeah, you go through these areas of whiz blades, and there's no pathing with them, so it's very difficult to tell where exactly they're moving towards.
It looks like there's quite a few different things in here. There's a gem collection section, a beat 'em up section. Now it looks like both.
Yeah, combine the two. Now, if I recall correctly, this is a slightly older map from CJ5. He does often do a sort of rapid-fire level building style. Stream of consciousness, it might be the description on that. I think he's the most prolific level builder still.
I believe so. And Arard chooses to skip, deciding it's not worth it. But Intuition gets the point.
All right, 1 for Intuition.
Brings us to Shady Whizblade Gulch by Esperator. And he is keeping that sprint speed. Oh, and he just lost it as he decides not to risk a death. But keeping sprint speed as long as you can is often worth it, but on a level where you don't know what's ahead of you, sometimes it can hurt. Better just take it slow. Get to the guaranteed extra point at the end.
Oh, some great maneuvers by Intuition there. He's just holding on to that sprint speed.
Unfortunately, it does cost him some time as he goes back to the checkpoint.
Arad looks like picking his way through that Whizblade section. I mean, the whole level's a Whiz. Sorry, go ahead there.
Whizblades can be hard to tell what's happening with them since they go behind terrain. And if there's no path, you just kind of have to keep track of them when you don't see them. Yes, Esperator is very good at making these 3 diamond levels. I think a lot of his levels happen to be in this specific range, so we might be seeing his levels pretty often.
Yeah, he's definitely put out quite a few very fair-feeling Whizblade and fire kind of trap levels. Not trap, sorry, but hazard levels. But he's a master of keeping that feeling of fairness. So currently we're passing the 10-minute mark, and well, 10 minutes left. 2 clears for Intuition, 1 clear for Arad. Oh, Arad goes for the skip.
Just decides it's not worth it. bringing us to another CJ5 boss level called Bomb Fun.
And it looks like Arad is doing just that, having fun with the bomb as he knocks out a flip whip.
And this is going to be another brawler level, as there are some battle gates in this way, some checkpoints, and some switches to hit.
Intuition navigating carefully, using that package to block the occasional fire.
He has not given up yet. Although that's not a good death right there.
No, he was right inside of that checkpoint and took a death on what I think was probably the easier part of the whole section.
Meanwhile, aradarbel seems to grab a checkpoint just as safety, a little bit before he has to.
That hard light section actually seems to have pretty tight timing. He doesn't get much opportunity for the second jump.
Nope, and we get a point over on intuition side. As he sticks in with the Shady Whizblade Gulch. And it looks like aradarbel can finally make it to the end and actually get another clear.
So that puts Intuition at 3 clears and aradarbel at 2 clears. Now, we do know that the level Intuition is on is a little... Oh, and he's actually just going to skip that. I was going to say it's a little longer. Both in the same level now, with Intuition leading by 1.
Delete gem, vanish block by 4/4 rebound and not found. I assume that there will be no rebound in this level, as it's not found.
You gotta wonder if he's trying to display his love for rebound or his hatred for it.
It could be either.
Now, this looks like a gem collection level, and I'm expecting there's some secret gems. That could be a pretty dangerous one to try and find your way through if you're not familiar with the gem locations.
It looks like secret paths open up as you go. But if they're not sure where the end point is, kind of just have to push the team's face inside of every single wall.
And it looks
Which
like
can be frustrating when you're in rush.
Oh, it looks like Arad figures out where all the gems are and gets the clear.
That ties them up. Although I think Intuition can finish this level.
Yeah, you got to be right there on that. Trying to find enclosures when you're in a hurry is definitely a frustrating task. And it looks like Intuition takes the skip. Maybe he recognized his frustration and got out of there. So we are now at 3-3, both contestants on the same map, closing in on the 6-minute mark.
As they enter a gauntlet that's supposed to take a minute. We'll see how well they do.
And this gauntlet
1
looks
minute
like
rush
it's...
by... 1 minute rush by Galdu.
And this gauntlet looks like it's got a lot of danger, so if they get snagged on one of those hazards, they're going back a fair bit. And with a tight race like this, that could be costly.
Gerard finds himself in a hidden block maze. And Intuition's looking for some cheese.
Yeah, nothing you can do within that hidden block maze other than spam left and right to try and get through. And Arad gets himself his 4th point, pulling ahead.
So he made the cheese, but is it going to help him out at all? Looks like it, as he makes his way to the maze, but he only has 5 seconds left on that timer. It doesn't help. And now he's got the full minute ahead of him again.
Oh, I missed that timer at the start. You're right. That's a really rough turnaround there.
That's a lot of lost time. but you do know the level now, so maybe you can really make up for that lost time.
It looks like he's going to try and find the cheese anyways.
He will not be stopped by prize blocks. Just go back the opposite way. And Arad is now in Mad Tunnel by Pain.
It looks like Intuition's cheese search has paid off. What
Close
a play.
off your roof holes, as they say.
You have to give the creator some credit. It looks like they blocked off a section of them. They just didn't anticipate the return with the ripcord.
You just go backwards sometimes. Sometimes you gotta go backwards to go forwards faster.
So we're
Less
now...
than 4 minutes left.
And the score is 4-4.
And they're practically tied on the level itself.
Now, this level looks like there's not a lot of hazards, except you are going blind through a few spots and the occasional passing of this monstrosity-looking thing.
You say not many hazards, just as a giant whiz blades swing past aradarbel. This cool little snake shows up as he gets a clear. And a skip from into.
So we got some fun beats happening on this level.
We'll see if there's any actual skips can happen in a level that is based on timing. They're both now in the same area.
Now, one thing interesting about these two contestants is Intuition has admitted he's not normally done a lot of competition, whereas Arad has actually done cubing competitions before, so he's used to, sorting out a puzzle and fast-paced action to get a time clear.
Cubing being Rubik's Cube.
Yes, thank you.
So he's used to the pressure, as doing this live in front of people can sort of make you anxious and what's about to happen. And Arad gets a point. And that brings him to the last level. We'll see if he has enough time to finish this one, or if he'll have to move on to the next level, the next set of levels.
Yeah, it'll be tough to switch over at this point. Just getting up that next playlist will cost you a few seconds, but...
He's got a 2-point lead on Intuition, so that's got to feel pretty safe.
Yeah, and that 2-point lead is down to 1. So Arad with 6 clears, Intuition with 5. Intuition's got to get this at the expense of Arad, or otherwise he's got to get 2 clears within this last minute.
Now, I believe this level was in a spotlight, so it's possible they've both played this level before.
And Arad gets himself with some insurance with the extra point.
And he actually went too high at first. And we're down to the last 40 seconds. So you can maybe get one more.
Now, there might be a slight difference between the official 40 seconds and our 40 seconds. Judge, our referee, has got the official timer going. So if you do notice a little bit of difference, we're following Judge. He's the
Intuition. Oh, that has to suck. Oh, man. He was right at the end. Misses his down throw. Misses the box. Grabs the spring instead.
All right. Let's take a look here. Okay, that was the time. The referee's time was a little faster than ours. Let's see if Arad can just get to the clear screen so we can confirm the scores. I'm seeing a confirmed 5 for Intuition.
And that is GG to everyone.
Yeah, let's hear some noise for proverbial noise for our two contestants on their first set. Yeah, I just need Arad to head off to that display screen there so we can confirm. Thanks, Ninja. I mean, Horatio Wildebeest, for your proverbial noise. We all appreciate it. Oops, I got that one backwards there. Let's fix that up. I'm just trying to cheat for intuition here by giving him a free set point.
We only just finished the first one. Don't give him more points.
Oh, okay. He jumped onto the next list. My bad. I was just waiting for that last one. But yeah, it looks like we have a 7-5 for aradarbel against Intuition. So we're gonna get
an excellent opening up to our competition. As we sort of expected both of the players to really show their A game.
Yeah, and they came out strong. Intuition pulled up a point at the start, and Arad managed to come back. You know, I think that key map there was that time map that really put a damper on Intuition's momentum.
Yeah, that really hurts. He found a quick cheese to make up some lost time, but it's didn't quite pay off, and he skipped. He probably should have stuck through a few other levels. I think there was a CJ5 level that he decided to skip out, but
yeah, he was nearing the end on that CJ5 level. He also skipped out on that that monster in the enclosures kind of level there.
Yeah, the gem hunter, he couldn't quite figure out where that last wall was, and that hurts. So we're gonna be doing some setup for the next set. It is it's always great to watch them finish everything off.
Okay, guys, what an excellent match.
Yeah, it looks like Era's just clearing his levels here.
So we're going to proceed to the next set.
Yeah, I think Intuition also mentioned he is coming a little bit blind on his strategy, as far as he was a bit undecided on whether he'd want to skip a lot. Yeah, I know Arad seemed to be very conscious of his strategy in that regard.
I am going to give you the second pair, the second two playlists, and you need to put them on your account in a web browser, just like you did now. So
They've both had a great time chatting in Discord about what their expectations are going into this game, and it's great to see them actually put that into practice.
put them, and we are going to do the double check after you.
As they are doing the next level check, make sure everyone has the same levels lined up. As they need to actually make sure they're both doing the same levels at the same time.
Yeah, that's going to be a key part of this whole competition, I think. Yeah, we're heading into the second set. Arad taking the first, Intuition looking to catch up so he can bring it to game 3. So I guess while waiting here, Jaj is coordinating with them. Again, we mentioned Jaj put a lot of work into this. I don't think we can emphasize just how much he has done to make this happen. So if you guys have a chance, you know, give Jaj your thanks. Also head over to his channel. I believe that's, correct me if I'm wrong here, Gibberish, but Ultimate is ready.
I believe so. Ready RDY.
Yeah, Jaj always appreciates a little bit of company while he's playing some games. All right, looks like they're getting close to set up here. For those of you who don't know how this works, we are grabbing sets of levels. Yeah, we grab a set of levels and then the contestants go to that we can provide them a bookmark playlist and they get that set up. We're just checking on a slight rule thing here. It looks like Intuition has got his own level in the list, and we're checking to see if we made a rule for allowing or disallowing that. In our previous DLC, Specchio got his own, and we had skipped that list. Just checking with our ref if that rule is updated.
Since they are random, it is going to be hard to make sure everyone has levels that they've never played before, but and just a reminder that we do have a official Discord for the Delivery Championship that you can join, and maybe get in on the action next time.
Yeah, let's see if we... Delivery Championship Discord, come hang out. Again, Judge has set up quite the system there, so answer all your questions if you are interested in playing, casting, or helping out in any sort of way, or just coming to talk about what you see here today. And actually, on that note, as a reminder, this is the first of 2 matchups we have today. After this matchup, we'll be seeing Retrophile TV up against Column W. I'm excited to see that one as well. You know,
Retrophile has been around since the very beginning, and Column is a new guy.
Yeah, and Column W is no stranger to competition. I believe he's done some Smash tournaments, so I'm interested to see how he leverages that against the practiced Retrophile TV. Hey, maybe we'll see Retrophile do it blind.
I can't wait for that tournament. The 100% blind tournament. That'd be great.
Oh, I'd love that. We'll get some new house rules in here. Okay, it looks like our contestants are ready for set number 2. Intuition needs to get his 1 set point in here so that he can bring it to set 3. This is a best of 3 series. And this time we'll make sure that countdown timer gets on the board. Gibberish, if you want to do the countdown with Judge, I'll be ready to get going.
All right. It seems both the players are ready. I'm ready. You're ready. Chat is ready. This could be the final match between the two, but it could be bring it to a tie. Here we go. Uh-oh. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Speed, speed, speed.
Well, that was fast.
That was impressive. I feel like Intuition knew exactly where he had to go on that one. So we've got a point on each side already.
And it brings us to Thinkfall by Tardigrade Astronaut, which is a little puzzle level. So we'll see if they've seen this one before.
Yeah, if you look at that clear time up top, Intuition has seen it, obviously. He's got the world record on it.
But Arad beats him to the punch.
I'm guessing both those contestants are well aware of that level from prior experience.
They both get a point.
And, you know, we mentioned that they both are speedrunners, and they have quite a bit of friendly competition happening between the two of them on levels, so I wouldn't be surprised if they've gone through each other's playlists, previous playlists.
Make sure they both see what the other one's playing, so none of them have an advantage. Bringing us to Simple Extract Scenario by Philpo Baggins.
And you can see Intuition taking a safe approach there and grabbing that checkpoint despite it being off the main path. Probably a smart call.
You never know. Something could surprise you. But give me intuition and point.
And we are flying through these maps as we have 3 and 3 aside already. Oh boy, is this the map that I think it is?
I think this map was in the previous DLC.
Yeah, in the set of Jaj and Edie feed, I think this was actually their test map, and there was a hilarious struggle trying to get out of that package section.
If they could find their way down to the package, but getting back up was a real problem. I think one of them even went the entire wrong way.
I'm not sure if there is a wrong way on this map.
I don't know if there's a right way.
That's probably the better explanation. So for those just joining, this is a best of 3 sets, so contestant needs to get 2 wins on the sets. Clears are the individual clears from what action you're seeing right in front of you right now. And I believe Intuition figured it out, right?
Yes, he did. Bring us to a package jump level, which he is very good at doing this, but the little gaps in the letters giving him problems.
Yeah, we'll see if he maybe takes a safer, slower approach on his next run through.
He might have to.
Civics, if you're watching this, be proud of your little gaps in those letters. You added a little more to the action.
You slowed him down a little bit.
Oh no, Intuition falls off the side while trying to figure out how to use that spring to get up top.
And did Arad finish that level? I didn't quite notice.
I didn't see it either. I'm gonna have to get check in with the ref on that one, or we'll make sure we pay attention to that final screen. Or maybe if the chat noticed, we'd appreciate a heads up. We missed if Arad had to skip really quick there, or managed to snag the win.
But Intuition does finally get this package jump level.
Okay, so looks like they're saying it was a skip, so we're at 5 points for Intuition and 3 points for Arad, as Intuition heads into the legendary Talk Gibberish's tiptoe version of There and Back.
Yes, this is this level might look familiar in several different styles.
Now, are most of those levels similar clear time? Could we expect to see a couple more of these in later in the tournament?
It's possible. They're all hovered around the same difficulty, about the same time. I think Zipper ended up being the fastest. That's what I was curious about.
I think I may have missed a point for Arad there. He cleared that Spikatron level, correct?
Yes, he did.
Let's give him that point. So I think Intuition's at a perfect 5 clear so far. No skips. Just these two fellows are moving so fast, it's hard to keep up with the action.
And Eric does have the shoe on this level, and I think he has the shoe on all of the there and back levels. I think that's a point of pride for him.
Yeah, you only wonder how much time he spent on that, and I wonder how long ago was that? Because you know that accustomed knowledge fades after even a week or so.
And that brings Intuition to another point.
So Intuition at 6 and Arad trailing at 4.
And make that 5. Anything can still happen at this point. Intuition has really brought it ahead of the last game, as not skipping any level seems to be helping him quite a bit. This is actually a little bit deceptive, as you have to keep the flip whip alive so you can blast the hidden vac rats on the ceiling.
I think Intuition may have restarted that one prematurely. He had a flip whip grenade in hand. There we go. Intuition gets his target and goes for the sprint to the end. Oh, that's my bad. That's not quite the end.
Yes, it is.
What a play! What a play!
You got to seal off your fly blocks or your burning whirlers. They are not solid.
I think that's Intuition speed running eyes coming in there.
You gotta watch for that stuff. Anytime you see a burning whirler or a chain, spike chain, you gotta double check that.
Oof, Intuition just racking up the points now.
Let's see. He looks at it. Aradarbel doesn't go for the same thing.
He's gonna battle out for the pop jump. Oh, he sees it.
You got it. These are going by so fast. I feel like I'm missing it. I think I just missed an entire level on Intuition side.
He blazed right through it. Yes. Now he's in a level that has a bit more of a time gate, so you don't want to be dying late into this one.
I believe this is a avoid the gem level, or a horrible dangerous gem by MS Smiley.
Yeah, it's exactly that. You don't want to be hitting those. I think he remembers the cheese. This was a speedrunning level at some point. Speedrunners Guild in the perhaps 1st to 5th season.
And that's another point for Aradarbel.
And Intuition, yeah, he's well aware of where the cheese he's going.
And a point for Intuition.
So we're just past the 7-minute mark, and they're almost done their first playlist.
I really hope Intuition can figure this one out. As it appears we decided that playing your own level is fine.
Oh no, and it's a puzzle level. We might... We'll see how this goes. Well, Arad seems to be comfortably moving through the horrible gem level.
I think Intuition has forgot what's happening. It's alright, he figured out where to put the block. He got the key. It's all good. He got it.
And he's got a perfect 10 on his playlist.
This has been a crazy list. Every level less than a minute. Some of them were only like 10 seconds.
Yeah, he was finishing up before I could finish putting his score in for the last one. So Arad moving along comfortably. He's not aware of the cheese on this level, so he's taking the traditional path, but he's found the end.
Meanwhile, Intuition is on a level with a 1.5-minute speedrun time. We'll see if he sticks with that.
And it's another CJ5 boss level.
And Arad chooses to skip a puzzle. Feel a little bit sorry for him.
Well,
This
that's
is,
probably a
this
solid
is-
call. Sorry, go ahead there, Gibberish.
I was about to say, I think I recognize this level.
Yep, Intuition had found a great cheese route on this one, and it looks like he's remembered it. I think we're pushing into our new high score here. I don't think we've passed the double-digit mark before.
Only one skip. Aradarbel is choosing to skip with this CJ5 boss level. We'll see if he eventually changes his mind.
And Intuition gracefully navigating across some single clouds and a sort of precarious drop level with various jumps.
Which brings a skip to Aradarbel. We'll see if he also knows the cheese for this level.
I don't think he does. He didn't immediately go for that zipper. That's a sign to me he's unfamiliar with this one.
When you see a level like this and it's got a 3-second record, you should immediately look for cheese. But Intuition is doing some blind jumps on this level. Oh, he found the zipper.
Yeah,
And
that-
trades it for a tiptoe.
Yeah, but I don't think he knows where he's going from there. I believe that creator has made 3 or 4 levels with very blatant dev exits.
That's Intuition got it on the left.
Yeah,
with another clear.
Another clear. That's 12 clears for Intuition, 8 clears for Arad. Looks like Intuition's fighting hard to push this to the 3rd set. Arad's going to have to get 4 clears in under 3 minutes while... I was going to say, well, Intuition gets none, so make that 5 clears.
What's crazy about this is aradarbel's not doing bad. He's doing excellent. But Intuition is just killing it.
Yeah, Arad is actually on track to setting a new high score for most clears if it wasn't for Intuition right beside him. And we got ourselves a bit of a music level from Waddle's TNT. I think that's Intuition's first skip.
Second skip.
Thank you.
He skipped the CJ5 boss level.
Oh, that's right. So he didn't quite have that perfect clear. Ah, okay. And Intuition using the Waylay to bop around a few flapjacks in Lorenzo Chef 2004's Waylay the Flapjack okay.
I think he's doing it very well. More than just okay.
We'll have to let Lorenzo Chef know he has to pull this one down and update the name. Waylay the Flapjack, excellent.
Better than your opponent. I believe there's a secret for this area. There it is.
And Arad gets himself the clear. He actually, I believe he did that level a little bit faster than Intuition did. So, and the next couple levels, Intuition burned through. So we'll see if Arad's familiar with those ones.
I'm not sure if it's actually physically possible for him to catch up at this point. He's got to get 4 levels in less than a minute. I don't think the time adds up quite right for the levels in the list.
You're probably correct. On that, he's going to be trailing a little bit behind, or a little bit too far behind.
At the same time, that'll bring us to a match of game 3. Assuming nothing crazy happens in the next 30 seconds.
Intuition battling another flapjack on some goo. He pulled off a little great stealth move there to avoid the first attack.
Something people forget sometimes is you can use the sneak to go behind things mid-game. Or mid-fight.
And Arad is struggling to find his way through this very open sort of level. It's probably a new one for him. It's got lots of gems and various sub-mazes. Oh, and we're at time! Oh, just get Judge to communicate with the streamers on that one.
Please skip to the last level.
And I'll just... Intuition just getting to the clear page there, and what a show that was.
So a perfect 10 on the first set, and then 3 more on the next one.
And Intuition, I think, setting a new clear record. Maybe Specchio was close. I think Arad actually may have surpassed the previous clear record as well. The final score here is 13 clears for Intuition and 9 clears for aradarbel. So, yeah, Intuition has put on his speed shoes and is bringing Arad into set number 3. Yes, I am stoked on this. This is going to be awesome.
It can still go either way.
Oh, absolutely.
This has to help intuition feel good. Getting a set of levels like this, and just being able to knock them all out.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe he's shaking off his pregame nerves.
But Aradarbel can finish it off with a one final set. I think he's got it. So I think Aradarbel can really finish this off, as he's extremely consistent. I think he got a little unlucky. Just intuition's just pure experience in running a bunch of levels in just a short amount of time. I think that really gave him a nice edge. But if this next set of levels has longer levels, and you can't just start it off with 7 levels in a row, that's just made to be ran fast and easy. It's I think he's got this. And again, since we're in between, this is a good chance to remind you that we do have a Discord for you to join in the next set. It is worth it just to see what you can do. It is a great experience. Everyone who was in the last championship had a great time doing it. We're also open to, if you want to cast it and take my job away from me, you can do that if you want.
And Judge just setting up our contestants for the next match, double checking the playlists. In the meantime, let's get the set score set up properly here. Give intuition his proper dues.
We'll have to start selling hats and shirts and start some fan clubs and everything like that.
You can have your own personal fan club, Jidorish.
Perfect. What I've always wanted.
Actually, I'm curious. I know I saw a few people saying cheering on intuition. A couple people cheering on Arad there. I wonder if we have any fan favorites? Retro, that's so kind. Cheering on all of DLC.
Let's hear it for your personal favorite. Who you think's got it in the bag? Let's get a little bit of smack talk going on in here.
Yeah, you know what? For merchandise, I would love to see a pair of DLC shoes.
Just the red ones.
Just the red ones. Yeah, exactly that.
And of course, if you want to see your level show up, go for a 3 diamond. Try to make a 3 diamond moderate 20-second level, and it might show up.
You make that sound so easy to do. It's definitely a challenge to shoot for a particular difficulty in this game.
That's true.
Do you have any tips for our creators out there if they are shooting for a 3 diamond level?
It's always harder than you think. Even once you think, oh, I should make this easier, it's still going to be a little bit too hard. That's just the way it works.
And yeah, I guess on the same note, that throw down some checkpoints if you wanted to make it easier.
Add checkpoints, because they'll also probably stick through. If they have to go back 30 seconds at a checkpoint, that kind of feels bad.
Okay, looks like our contestants are getting set up here. Let's check in with the referee. And countdown is going to start. Gibberish, go ahead and follow along with Judge on that one.
This will be the final race for this set. And stay tuned because we will have another set of race after a brief break between two others.
It'll be column W and Retrofile TV.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's hear it for our contestants on this final set. Winner
Going
moves
through
on. Loser gets to watch.
Going through Crumble Cave by Ultra Fury Gaming. I think Intuition just chucked the package off the edge. That was not where it was supposed to go.
Yeah, it looks like both of them have been trapped by a set of 3 Bernie Whirlers. A rather deceivingly difficult obstacle.
Gotta hope for a good cycle.
Intuition navigating himself amazingly well through a sort of bullet hell kind of section.
Using the package to protect himself. If you've got it with you, you may as well use it. And aradarbel did the exact same thing where he chucked his package into the void.
And yeah,
and he chooses to skip.
Oh, that's just and we got 1 point for Intuition. Yeah, Intuition's package blocking of that was very well done, especially considering the limited movement he had on there.
Intuition starts by trying to find some cheese.
And meanwhile, Arad navigating the inside of this building, a sort of, I don't want to say a puzzle level, but requiring a little bit of calculation.
Gotta do some throws, some bounces. Classic LevelHead shenanigans.
And now they're both intersection, requiring you to knock some Vacrats out and return with a ripcord, and they're practically neck and neck, ripcording downwards.
They do need to grab the box, and that is a bad death for Intuition. As some time loss for him.
Yeah. Arad tastes some freedom as he heads outside and sprints up the outside section into another whiz-blade timed kind of dungeon.
And Intuition is catching up. Tries to get a little bit early, but doesn't quite make the cycle.
Arad showing some great skill with his super jump and box toss off the top of that.
Although that was not great skill, what just happened there. That was very unfortunate for him.
It looks like he threw a bomb into the Zumi and got projected back onto a spike trap. So we're at the 12-minute mark. Intuition with 1 clear. Arad with 0. The matchup tied at 1 set each.
And that's another skip from aradarbel. He needs to finish at least 1 level. Onto a sleepy level through the void.
And Sleepy
I think this one is
with us in the audience today. Sorry, go ahead there, Gibberish.
I think this one is familiar to several of the players.
Sorry, I missed that. Did Intuition complete that score?
Yes, he did. Hi, Sleepy. I see you waving. This is a fun little jump through rifts. And that is a point for aradarbel.
So as aradarbel gets his first point, he's at 1, trailing behind Intuition, who just hits 3 as he clears that level.
Hey, look, another sleepy level in Cave Ace.
There's some
Looks
pretty...
like a lot.
I believe Intuition has the world record on this level, and see if he manages to turn that into a fast run.
And that's another skip.
I have to admit, that was a bit of a surprising skip. It's quite a short level without a lot of complications.
No, there's just a big boss at the end, as we can see. Apparently, he just wasn't feeling it. Feeling a little anxious of the last one of how many intuition managed to complete. Feels
Yeah,
like he needs to keep ahead of the curve.
and I believe Arad is saying his practice strategy was to skip a fair bit, so maybe he's just leaning on that. Arad finding some cheese to skip a short section.
And gets a finish.
As we pass the 10-minute mark here, Arad Arbel at 2 clears, Intuition leading with 4.
I think he might find the cheese as well. Shoots himself into a vac rat.
Well,
But does not take the cheese.
we have to have our
And gets the point.
entertaining death somehow.
That is a high velocity death.
Arad Arbel dancing himself along a flingo section that's following a path, keeping some great composure there.
You don't want to lose time there. As that is a lot of lost time. Following a auto scroll like that, but he sees the end. He's got to do some nice little flingos and get the full length dunk.
Wow, that was an amazing juggling with the flingo there.
Yeah, and he chooses to skip a puzzle level.
You
Probably wise.
gotta appreciate puzzle being right in the title. And Intuition gets a costly fall. That might give Arad a chance to catch on up here.
He does find himself in an auto scroll level. That can be a set amount of time that you just know you can finish. But also at the same time, if you die, you can't go faster your next time.
Yeah, and he's committed pretty deep on this one. I haven't seen him touch a checkpoint for a little bit as he goes up this runic whizblade section.
That's very unfortunate for him as he just died.
And it looks like Intuition is going to go for this puzzle. I have to admit, it doesn't seem as puzzling as it first described itself to be.
No, not really, but we get 2 skips on Arad as he skips that one level, the auto scroller, and then chooses to skip a puzzle. And then chooses to skip a 2-minute long race.
Yeah, so he's going to go on to the second play list about halfway through the time allotted. So he's going to have to see some victories here.
And Intuition gets a point. On that puzzle level, that was not a lot of puzzle.
So we're reaching a state here. If Intuition can manage 6 more clears, he has secured himself victory. And Intuition navigating the runic whiz blades where Arad or Bell eventually skipped from on an auto scroller.
And Intuition skips a lot earlier. We'll see how he feels about a randomized puzzle.
I believe this
A
came up in the
completely-
last DLC, and you were saying it's a very challenging one to do quickly.
It is a level where you have to, you get a random music notes, and you have to match it and make the same song yourself. So if you know your music, I'm sure you're fine.
And Arad
You
or
should have-
Bell going across a section with prize blocks as the ground with some seemingly randomly missing.
And Intuition chooses to skip that last race level. As he has 6 clears on the final playlist screen.
Arad Arbel battles off the Swoopadoop to get himself a clear.
Intuition's having his own problems with the Super Dupe right now. And a giant pit.
Hey, there we go. Looks like it was a little quieter than it was supposed to be.
And aradarbel tries to find cheese, but instead just finds the edge of the world.
I mean, that'd be a great scientific discovery, but it's not going to help you with the DLC champ.
No.
Looks like Arad is going to skip the brawler. He may have gone too far and have to go too far back to find the enemies he bypassed.
Sometimes it's not worth it. It seems like a lot of things were hidden in that level. Which brings them to What the Slippy Goo from Waddle's TNT.
Now, Waddle's TNT, he's put quite a few Trolls levels together, and that sounds like a troll name, but this looks like a very traditional platforming experience with enemies in your way and fairly linear routing.
It is, but there is some weird stuff going on. He is on Slippy Goo this entire way. And a clear on Intuition side.
So we're at the 4-minute mark. 7 clears for Intuition. Arad at 4.
Intuition does the same thing where he finds the edge of the world and skips. Saw a vast desert with nothing on top and didn't want to hunt for secret passageways. Bringing in both the Slippy Goo.
Arad making steady progress as he waits for that platformer and then heads into a fire dodging section. Looks like he's collecting all his batteries.
Got the batteries. He has a key if he wants some gems. Probably gonna leave that behind.
Just like the end of the world, gems aren't worth much here.
Nah, Intuition kills a Blopfush and pays the price for it. And that's a point for aradarbel.
That brings aradarbel to 5, Intuition to 7, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. If Arad is a level ahead, if he finds a couple quick ones, maybe he can snag in those points he needs to bring it to overtime.
He is in an auto-scroller. I don't know how well this is going to serve him.
Yeah, it's a minute
In the long
20
run.
right there. From Colin W., one of our contestants you can tune in and watch later. Sorry, Colin W. was the record holder, not the builder of the map.
No. I was wondering if he went by a different name, but no. This is Sigmund Freud. But Intuition does get another point. Securing his lead so far.
That's going to make it tough for Arad to get caught up on that one. He's going to need a couple 10-second levels after this, and those do exist, so it's possible.
And Intuition skips it. Bring us to a large brawler, which I expect to also see a skip on. As this has a 2-minute and 20-second time. I think this is just a survival level.
Yeah, that's another kind of level you don't really want to be getting too caught up in on this kind of championship.
No, that's 2 minutes and 20 seconds of wasted time. And that was held by Retrofile, who will also be competing today.
And it looks like Arad's doing some very elegant navigation on this elevator chaos sequence.
There's a lot going on there, and it's not worth it. As he decides. And skips the survival level as well.
And
It's very
Intuition,
unfortunate
oops, sorry,
how much time he invested into that level.
Yeah, that's a big loss there. Looks like Intuition's figuring out his way through a Ocula tossing section from Sunseeker.
You gotta find the right angle to throw it. You can't just throw it.
3, 2,
If you just throw it, it dies before it hits the switch.
time's up. Controllers down. Please skip
And we're
the
down to our last few seconds here.
score on the second.
That may be time on the official judge referee clock.
Go for that 1 second level. Get that 1 second level and you got it.
And it looks like Intuition will be moving on to the next round.
Congratulations to everyone.
What
a race.
Yeah, it was quite a show. Arad taking the first set and Intuition coming back on 2 with, well, both contestants had an amazing second clear rate.
Just absolutely fantastic. All 3 races have been a great showing. The first one was very close the whole way through, but Arad sneaks past. Intuition dominated the second round with some very fast levels, and this third one, oh boy, they both got caught up on a few levels that gave them trouble, but Intuition managed to finish it off.
Yeah, that's they definitely ran into some troublesome levels on that one. You had some auto scrollers. What was that? A survival. Definitely a lot to be said about skipping strategically there.
Yeah, you can see some of the times being a full minute long level compared to the last one where there wasn't a single level more than a minute. And I'm sure everyone else who is planning on racing in the next few races today and tomorrow are taking notes and scouting out their competition, seeing what they have to what they really have to do.
Yeah, you can definitely see some high clear times from both of these Intuition and aradarbel today. Um, you know, we got to 5 and 8, and that was a tough round too.
Yeah, that is big GGs to everyone. Just absolutely fantastic showing.
Yeah, and I was super impressed by a lot of the techniques they pulled out there. A couple difficult super jumps. Um, yeah, we saw some good insight on map layout and finding some great cheese. Now, just getting our contestants wrapped up a little bit here. For those of you who don't know, we do have another matchup coming after this. We'll be having Retrofile TV up against Column W. Edie Feed will be joining me for commentary. And then
yes, I will be leaving it in your hands.
Gibberish gets a break to stretch out the vocal cords. Then we also have matches tomorrow. And then we got a whole list on that one. Yeah, we got Edie
Tomorrow.
Feed. Well, you probably know the matches better. You're commentating for both of them.
Yep. Tomorrow it will be Specchio versus Giraffe Killer, commentated by myself and Retrofile TV. And after that, it will be Edie Feed versus TD Kaiser, where I will be joined by Sinath. And that'll be a whole different set of races. We got a couple new names in there. Specchio and Edie Feed both participated in the first DLC, so they've got some experience as well as been playing in the beta. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, definitely a mix of contestants throughout this tournament. And just to reiterate, I see a couple people saying goodbye. You do not need to say goodbye yet. We do have another match today still to come up shortly. I mean, unless, of course, it's super late and you're tired, and I can't blame you. And it looks like Giraffe Killer is getting the trash talk down. Love to see it. So,
A lot of familiar names I'm seeing in chat right now. The whole LevelHead crew that makes their rounds through the new streamers. It's great to see all of you.
yeah, it's such a pleasure to have the community come out, join us, uh, chat a bit. I've seen some new names in there too. I maybe haven't been as active in the Twitch last week, but it's also fantastic seeing new names come into the community. So one of the nice improvements we had this time around, we had a playlist tool. Adam was watching last time, and I think he said he felt internal frustration watching how we had to handle that. So he put together a playlist tool, made things a little snazzier this time around.
Yeah, it's great to see the devs so interested in making things work for all of us on the different levels of play we see.
Yeah, and well, I mean, Adam also had a little participation in the last time too. He did a little backend update that caused a small blip on our half. I'm just making fun of him a little bit because I can, but I mean, he's due for a little update any moment now. All right, so I think we're gonna look at starting to get this next match arranged up. You want to grab yourself some food, you know, do what you need to do. Come back refreshed, hydrated, and ready to cheer on Retrofile TV and Column W, and get to hear the sweet voice of Edie Feed. Now's the time to do it. Um, so we will be on here and around, but we'll catch you in hopefully 5 to 10 minutes. And sorry, Jedrush, I still have you on here. Anything you want to say as you get an opportunity to kick back and watch the next match in comfort?
I am very excited to actually just be able to relax and watch it. It has been great. I'll be hanging out in chat, chatting with everyone. And I just want to make sure we thank Adam for making the playlist tool, Fantastic Galaxy, for all the work he's been put into. If you visit the various LevelHead streams, if you use their LevelHead bot to bring out the sorry, apparently the music's too loud. I apologize. He makes the bot for the Twitch for adding up queues. And C Price has done a ton of work on the Level Cup website, doing races, doing competitions, doing all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I think we've been really fortunate. We've had a lot of people contributing to this community over this last year. You just talked about, I mean, honestly, the devs have been contributing. I would hope so. They've been in the game. But you're fantastic guys and see making a bot, making it so easy for streamers and players to see their levels get played. You talk about C Price, G-Car, also making a website. Even our faces, Retrofile being a nice consistent streamer. We have some fantastic new streamers out there bringing some positive vibes into the community. I feel like I'm missing some big help out. Well, I mean, I guess Sleepy Doof and a bunch of his assets. He's, his art pieces. I think we would have seen a few of his emotes in the chat today. But yeah, it's been fantastic.
Can we get emotes in the chat, please?
There we go. I mean, that was you, so I don't know if that counts, but shoot, sorry guys, I got some music playing in the back here. That's my bad. I hope you guys heard that. That was my bad if music was pretty loud there. Looking over the right and just seeing emotes. Okay, so I'm just going to actually put us off the mic for a few minutes as we get set up for the next bracket. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. thank you all for joining in on the first one. Gibberish, thanks for joining us on the commentary.
Yes, thanks so much for having me. It's been a real pleasure.
See you all in 5.
All right. I'm gonna go to Administration Talk channel.
Hello.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Here, you should get a drink or something. You still gotta talk.
Oh, they can still hear us.